Hey everybody, we're back with part 3 of our field trip to the Seoul neighborhood of Jamsil, and we've got a doozy of an agenda. A magical meal of cast iron grilled pork belly with a viciously good cast of sides, a deep dive into Jamsil's connection to 2 very heavyweight Korean companies, and some general shenanigans at a couple major area attractions, Lotte World Mall and Lotte World the theme park. Buckle up and settle in. 저희 맛집 리스트에 있던 곳에서 시작해봅니다. 아주 아늑한 화덕고깃간 잠실새내점인데요. 2017년부터 영업해온 작은 체인입니다. 돼지고기 바베큐가 이곳의 주 메뉴인데요. 하지만 다른 곳과의 차별점은 각 테이블마다 화덕이 설치되어 있다는 건데 한국 전통 가옥에서 오래전에 쓰이던 가마솥을 본따 만든 돔 형태의 주물이 그 위에 올라갑니다. 여기선 참나무를 연료로 쓰는데 연기가 나지 않으면서도 캠프파이어 같은 매력적인 냄새를 더해주며 주물 불판을 아주 뜨겁게 달굽니다. 주인공은 삼겹살이고요. 당연히 엄청나게 맛있을 테지만 먼저 고기와 함께 나오는 것들부터 얘기해 볼게요. 바다소금, 고추냉이, 카레가루, 쌈장, 양파절임, 김치, 그리고 쨍한 맛을 위한 깻잎절임과 명이장아찌, 쏘는 맛과 깊은 맛을 더해주기 위한 파절이까지. 거기다 아주 진하고 새콤한 김치찌개와 바로 만들어진 계란찜, 그리고 또 확실히 맛을 돋궈줄 음식들로 매콤한 콩나물 무침, 새송이버섯, 피망, 김치 등이 불판에서 구워지고 돼지에서 흘러나오는 기름에 카라멜라이즈 될 거고요. 이런 푸짐한 인심이 바로 이 세상을 돌아가게 하는 거 아니겠어요, 여러분? 이 고기를 요리하는데 이게 정말 훌륭한 방법이라는 건 말할 것도 없고요. 돼지고기가 불판에서 뜨겁게 그을려 그 안에 육즙을 가두고 바삭함을 더해주면서 이 음식의 퀄리티가 엄청나게 빛나게 됩니다. 지방은 부드럽고 쫄깃하며 깨끗한 맛으로 한 입 한 입을 완벽하게 만듭니다. 아주 인상적인 쌈 조합을 만들어낼 최고의 기회인데요. 선택의 여지가 끝이 없을 것 같습니다. 전 이 명이나물에 완전 빠지는데요. 돼지고기와 아주 특별한 페어링을 만들어내고요. 또 구워진 김치와 콩나물은 너무나 참기 힘든 조합입니다. 단맛, 신맛, 기름진 맛, 아삭함이 아주 미친 맛을 만들어내는데요. 거기에 맛있게 진한 김치찌개까지. 아주 여기저기서 치고 들어와서 정신이 없습니다. 마지막 펀치는 아주 차갑고도 편안함을 주는 물냉면 한 그릇인데요. 달콤하고 새콤하면서 식감이 너무 좋고 정말 이제 저희는 완전히 쓰러지기 직전인데요. 바삭하면서 촉촉하고 끝내주는 맛의 고기가 주는 놀라움이 저희의 무릎을 꿇게 만들 지경이고요. 먹으면서 느낀 모든 감각들, 잔잔한 장작의 향기가 이 공간을 채우는 느낌까지 정말 더 바랄 게 없습니다. 이 식사를 가능하게 한 분들께 감사의 격려를 보내고요. 자, 이제 이동하시죠.
Jamsil is a place where business gets done. And at some point, getting to know this area will inevitably lead you to its more corporate side. With that in mind, we've made our way to Tower 730, an office building that's worth pointing out simply due to the fact that until last year, it housed the headquarters of Coupang. Founded in 2010 by an ambitious Harvard Business School dropout named Bom Kim, Coupang is primarily a company that provides notoriously high-speed delivery of groceries, takeout food, and a myriad of consumer goods, and it's come to be thought of as the Amazon of South Korea, with household name stature. It's the largest online retailer in the country by a long shot, and one of its biggest employers. And just to paint a picture of its dominating reach, estimates now say that more than 70% of the nation's citizens live within 10 minutes of one of its logistics centers. But the story of Coupang isn't all about booming business and customer convenience. As demand for its services has surged over the last decade, concerns about the company's working conditions have also grown. The deaths of several of its employees in 2020 and 21 raised some big eyebrows, and were linked by labor activists to Coupang's demanding quotas and relentless pace, and subsequent delivery driver strikes have also forced the company to take its treatment of workers more seriously. Still, it's important to note, in a country that's long been used to strenuous occupational output, and whose current leadership just recently attempted to raise the legal limit on maximum weekly work hours to 69, Coupang's conditions will only improve so much and so quickly. It's a subject that Koreans will continue to grapple with deeply, and that outside observers should keep an eye on. But the bulk of our attention right now is going to go to another economic powerhouse. There are few things more essential to Jamsil's makeup than the Lotte Corporation. In our last episode, we took a trip to its epically famous World Tower, one of the most recognizable sites in all of Korea, but there's much more in this neighborhood that traces back to the multinational conglomerate. First, a little background though. Lotte is the brainchild of a man whose name is known by many in this country, Shin Gyok-ho. He was born in Ulsan in 1921, hopped on a boat to Japan at the age of 20 to study chemical engineering, opened up a rice cooker manufacturing plant that would later be destroyed by air raids in World War II, and subsequently launched a tiny chewing gum company that would eventually grow into the gigantic corporation we know today, which happens to be the 5th largest conglomerate in all of South Korea. Lotte first expanded operations to this country in 1967 with the opening of Lotte Confectionery in Seoul, and its focus quickly moved to other industries from there. Beverages and fast food, hotels, manufacturing, retail, entertainment, financial services, construction, you get the idea. Its presence can be felt everywhere today, whether we're talking department stores, movie theaters, or top league Korean baseball teams. And you're definitely going to bump into Lotte if you dip your toes into the wonderful world of Korean snacks. They've been flooding the market for years with choice crowd favorites like pepero, which are these addictive, crunchy little biscuit sticks that come in a huge variety of coatings and flavors. And they even get freaky with limited edition items like spicy tteokbokki flavored mochi stuffed with cheddar cheese ice cream. That's some tomfoolery if I've ever seen it. Of course, no South Korean chaebol would be complete without a little corruption. In 2017, Shin Gyok-ho and his family members were convicted for tax avoidance and embezzlement of roughly 120 million US smackers, in addition to being tied to the infamous bribery scandal that contributed to President Park Geun-hye's downfall. But instead of litigating all that, we're going to put on some real big blinders and go enjoy the heck out of the fun side of Lotte's empire. Connected directly to Lotte World Tower, and to an aquarium, a concert hall, an art museum, and all sorts of other attractions, Lotte World Mall is a state-of-the-art destination. It's steeped in enough self-importance and mythological imagery to put ancient Rome to shame, and there might be a wee bit of consumer mind control going on here, but despite that, so many folks looking for a dazzling place to hang out and shop make their way to this joint. It's got a ton of major brand name and designer storefronts to sift through, with an impressive amount of variety, and it also has some highly sought out specialty stores like their Studio Ghibli Collector's Shop, which to our delight even has a life-size version of the cat bus from the brilliant My Neighbor Totoro. There's also some slammin' food on hand here, and we especially love popping in for some sweet treats when we're nearby, like the amazing red bean buns at Hwangnampang, which made an appearance in our baked goods episode a while back. Personally, I'm not much of a shopaholic these days, but as someone that grew up right near one of America's very biggest shopping malls, I can appreciate the gusto of this place. It's designed for maximum impact, and it delivers. But Lotte's grip on Jamsil doesn't even end here, because just down the block is Lotte World the theme park. It consists of Lotte World Adventure, one of the largest indoor theme parks in the world, and behind that Lotte World Magic Island, an outdoor park situated on Sokcheon Lake, and in total it pulls in over 7 million visitors a year, which is pretty whopping in a country with just over 50 million people. We could run down another huge list of notables here that pack on the fun and almost make you completely forget about corporate wrongdoing, including an ice skating rink and a wild roller coaster named after the French Revolution. But by now, you get the gist of how high Lotte aims when it decides to go big. This place is just one more notch on their belt, and it especially caters to all the kiddies out there. If you're a parent and you plan on coming here, prepare to have your young'uns fall into the clutches of some intense marketing Jedi magic, and be ready to empty that wallet. The topic of corporate influence in South Korea is a super interesting one, and Lotte obviously plays a big role in that story, but zooming back out a bit, we want to end this last episode on Jamsil on a different note. This neighborhood has some heavy modern history flowing through it, which can provide fascinating food for thought on the soul of today's world, and it's also a great area to get a feel for the ebbs and tides of everyday life in this city. A lot of folks live in Jamsil, and a lot of folks show up in Jamsil. Whether to catch a big game, spend some hard-earned moolah, or relax into a really solid meal. We've had a blast spending some time here, and a huge thanks to those of you watching and following along. Subscribe and stay tuned for more never-ending Seoul action, and until next time, keep keeping on, people.